Reading fluency is important because of its link to reading comprehension. There's very strong correlational research to show that when someone is a fluent reader, is a quick and effortless reader, then they understand what they read much better. And there are 3 areas of reading fluency. We usually think of accuracy, rate, and prosody, which could be best explained by expression. If you're not an accurate reader, then it's really difficult to understand what it is the author's trying to convey. If you're not a quick and effortless reader, then you spend so much time figuring out what the words are that there's not enough processing space in your working memory to figure out what the meaning is. And if you don't read with good expression, you often can have meaningless phrases or sort of misleading phrases. For a lot of teachers, they have students who are excellent readers, they're fluent readers. All they need to do is make sure that they have lots of opportunities to practice, they get much better, everything goes really, really well. But there are other readers who need fluency instruction, that they aren't getting enough practice. And even when they do have practice time, they don't use it effectively, or they don't have enough skills to really benefit from that practice. And for those readers, teachers need to provide instruction. If you have students who have difficulty in fluency, then you need to assess which area they have difficulty in. To assess accuracy, listen to them read something you think that they would be pretty good at, and maybe do a running record or count the errors and see about what their accuracy rate is. Another good thing to do is to do timed readings and see how quickly they can move through a text. In 2nd grade, you would really expect the end of 2nd grade children to be able to read about 90 words a minute. So if you have someone who's reading 45, then that would be an important kind of indication. And then listening to their expression as they read. So in terms of thinking about instruction, it's important to know what it is that they need. You might be teaching them to decode quickly and accurately because they aren't able to do that. Or you might be helping them build their sight word knowledge through repeated readings of text to help improve their rate. Or they might be a good reader who can move quickly through text. They're accurate, but they have a monotone or their phrasing's incorrect, and so you might need to work on that with them. So someone who's working on decoding fluency, you would group them for that. If someone else is working on building rate in connected text and working on their sight words, then you can do a small group with that. And if you're working on someone who needs to do repeated readings in connected text, normally you would have a text that they can read with 90% accuracy. You would have them do timed repeated readings so that they read the story or the passage many times until they reached a criterion level, whatever is appropriate for their age and their development. And then they would go on to something that's more difficult. And again, continue reading it until they reach the criterion level. There's several things that are important with that. One is that they read a text that they're accurate in. Second thing that's really important is that they graph it. That the adult or the child graphs each time. They review it before they read the text. They time it for 1 minute. They graph it again. And I do things like, well, look, what kind of goal do you want? Do you want to improve by 3? Do you want to get better by 10? Let's set a goal for what you're going to try and do. So if you're differentiating instruction for kids who need to do timed repeated readings, normally I would pull them during silent reading or other practice time. I'd pull them to the side. We'd do a quick warm-up, set our goal, do the 1 minute timing, and then graph it and talk about how things went. And I could usually do several different kids during that time when everybody else is doing their quiet reading. So I was able to provide that individual kind of instruction. The other thing that's really important is for them to read to an adult. The effect size difference between reading to a peer and reading to adult is 4-fold. And so this is a huge difference. And the adult is providing corrective feedback. The adult is helping them set goals. The adult is helping them graph. And that makes all the difference. One of the things that is really important that a lot of teachers don't think about is kids being able to figure out words on the fly, quickly, easily, just they come across a word they've never seen before and they can just quickly get it. Kids know the sounds, they can sound out the words, but when you ask them to do it quickly or they encounter words with those sounds in them that they've never seen before in the middle of a story during history time, then it breaks down. And one of the problems is that we ask kids to learn things so that they're accurate, but we don't ask them to learn it so that they're quick and they're fluent. And many kids make that leap quickly. They go from being very accurate to being very fluent. They don't have any problems. They can do it in connected text all right. But a lot of kids don't. And so one of the things for those of us teaching phonics to make sure we do is make sure that kids can say each individual sound in a word, blend the word together quickly and easily and effortlessly so that when they encounter those words the first time, it doesn't break down their understanding of the text, it doesn't break down their concentration, they don't feel unmotivated and sort of defeated because they got to a word that they don't know, that they feel like they can do it quickly and on the fly. Choosing the text is probably one of the most important and difficult things to do. What kind of text should I choose for my students? Independent reading level is 95% accuracy and above, and you would choose that kind of text. You would make sure that they were reading at that level when they were doing independent practice away from you. So this is something you send home, this is something during quiet reading, this is buddy reading, this is time that they're reading for practice and fluency on their own. If I was going to work one-on-one with someone building fluency, then I might be between 90 and 95%, maybe up to 98% accuracy because I'm there as the adult, as the instructor, and I can provide enough scaffolding to help them get through the text if I need to. If I'm not there, then I want to make sure they're really accurate and they're able to read it on their own and not get frustrated. But if I am there, then it provides me the perfect opportunity to teach something that they need to know right in the text when they need to know it.